Here's part 5 of the tutorial series. So let's go have a look and see where we got to. So this is our model so far. So you can see we've got a whole lot of walls, but right now we're struggling in the sense that we don't have any doors, and this here, all this side of the apartment's completely open, so we've got to deal with that. So let's deal with this part first. So how do we create a nice window wall, if you like, here? So what we're going to start off with is actually, this is what we should have done last time, which we failed to do, is we want to make all of this into a group so things don't stick together. So really important. So when you start creating these objects, it's really important to group them together. So I'm going to triple click on here, right? So by triple clicking, I'm selecting everything that this touches, right? And I'm going to right click and I'm going to go make group, right? So here, make group. So now that thing is all one group, and so I can select it individually like that. So you can see that if I look at this object, if I click on this, I can select different parts of it, but by default, if I've made a group, I can only really select the object itself, right? Now, that doesn't mean to say that this is no longer editable. All I have to do to edit this object is I can just double click on it, and now I'm inside of that group, and I can start editing different parts of it, right? So making groups really important, right? So now that I've made this into a group, I can make down here another piece. So I'm going to make like a little piece of framing for this window. So I'm going to make it here. So I've just clicked once, started my object here. Now, what are the dimensions that I want? So I want it to be quite thin, the same depth. So I want this dimension to be, let's see, I want it to be 100, 50. So 100 mils by 50 mils. So there we go. So that's that object there. So now I'm going to use the push-pull tool to pull this up the full height of the wall. And I could type in the number here, but I can just click at the end here. See how it snaps to that end there? That's what I want to do here. Just look at my time. So yes. So now I've created this object. I'm going to triple click on this, and now I selected all of that, and I'm going to make that into a group, right? So now this is an element. Now I'm going to have to duplicate this several times, but for now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create the window part of it. So I'm going to again get my rectangle tool, and I'm going to again here, I'm going to start from the center here. You'll notice that you can snap to the center of objects like this, just by hovering over the center of it. I'm going to click here, I'm going to come out, I want to come out to here somewhere. That's probably a bit wide. I'm going to go 800. I want my each pane of glass to be 800 wide. So I'm going to type in, let's see, 800, comma, and the pane of glass is going to be extremely thin. It's going to be 3 mils, comma 3. I'm going to press enter. So there is the base of my window. Right, I'm going to pull this up. There we go. I'm going to pull this window up to there. Right, so there's my window. Again, I want to make sure that immediately after I've made it, triple click on it, and then right click and make it into a group. Right, so now here's a little magic bit. I want to do this several times, but I don't want to go to a whole lot of trouble. So I'm just going to select both of these, and I'm going to use the move tool. So this is a new tool we haven't used before. I'm going to use the move tool, and we're going to move this from here over to here. But oh, I don't want to move it. I want to move a copy of it. So down here, you can see where it says Control equals copy. If I hit the Control key once, I'm now making a copy of my object. Now, how far do I want to move it? So I want to move it in the green direction. You know what? We'll do this in the next video. So I'll see you in the next video, and I'll show you exactly how to do this part.